Okay. So discovering the conscious experience of lasting happiness is an early step in the journey towards integration. You soon discover the mechanism of inner peace, compassion, and joy, leading to sublime levels of happiness of extraordinary worth, because that kind of inner peace is sustainable. So, what is this journey towards integration? So, there is a very interesting concept. So, when we talk about devotion, in devotion, so there is myself and the Lord. For me to be a devout, I have to be devoted to something. So here, in case of the spirituality, so there is myself and God. There are two people, two entities, myself and God, if I am a devout. But this devotion or the method of practice must integrate the self and the Lord into one. So they both should become one. Then it is very difficult to say who is the, right? Either it's me or the Lord. So that is the level of integration happens through this joy when mind comes in contact with the soul. And that's a culmination of spirituality. And to my understanding, this happens in every meditation. So immediately we think when we talk about the ultimate essence, the Lord as very powerful. But spirituality, the spiritual essence doesn't look at it like that. It is an entity all pervading. It is there always in me. It is in my life, in every form and shape. So when I come in contact with that, in every meditation, I integrate with it. I become one with it. I'm embraced by it. So now when I say that's, full integration is called yoga, to become one. And becoming one happens only between the likes. So when you mix the water with water, what remains? Water. Correct? Suppose you drop an ice cube into the water. When it melts, what does it become? Water. So we are like that solidified ice cubes, but the inner nature is of the water. Now, through the devotion, through practice, we are melting. So when we melt, what happens? Now, where is ice cube now? What is the identity of the ice cube? So whenever we talk about consciousness, the consciousness is also associated with this identity. This identity is called ego. Ego is not like my arrogance is ego. It is the self-identity. How do I identify myself? Okay. So that identity, when it becomes one with the Lord through complete devotion, then, I've melted. From an ice, I've melted. And then, we become that of what the Lord is. So then, there is no distance between me and him. That is the culmination of devotion. That is the end point of devotion. And whenever a devote connects himself or herself with the heart to the Lord, they become one. It should happen in every prayer. It should happen in every meditation. And that's how we must connect in meditation. Otherwise, if I say, oh, yeah, no, I have to be calm in meditation, then you are never integrating. Yes, Cliff.
Yeah, so by basically through the meditation, if we allow ourselves, we lose our consciousness because we basically meld into our higher essence, you're saying.
Correct.
In which case our personality, all that stuff kind of disappears, at least momentarily, for that moment.
That's absolutely correct. All the personality traits disappear. So when I come back from such a meditation, I come out fresh, like
Okay,
like a newborn. So
but yet in our world, when we come back, while we may feel better and refreshed, I don't know. Do we have really any impact on the world?
it has to have an impact. See, it's a
It's
collective.
It's hard to make that argument when you see what's going on around us.
No, that's true. See, like when we talk about world, it's a world of opposites. All existence is world of opposites. So, I mean, there is so many personalities have come, from all parts of religion and all parts of the land on earth. They could only scratch the surface, but yet this effort must go on. The prayers must go on. Our effort must go on. It will make an impact. So it's a collective consciousness. See, it is very evident when COVID happened. There is a fear in the atmosphere. Everyone is feeling it. The kids are feeling it. And a lot of kids have, even though they're watching TV, they're happy, no school, nothing, but there is a lot of anxiety in them because they were sensing the anxiety. So there is a collective consciousness at work. So every time we meditate and clean, we are making certain impact on the collective consciousness as well. And that collective consciousness, the effect of it is absorbed by all life, not only human life, even the animal life, plant life. So we must continuously impact this collective consciousness through our method of, meditation, cleaning, and prayer. So it's a constant thing. So it does have an impact, but it is very hard to see that impact on a global scale. But it is happening. But through this impact, we are changing the life somewhere. We are saving the life somewhere. We don't know.
Well, I just think of my immediate family. Do I have an impact? And I'm not sure I do.
Immediate family, always you will find an opposite impact.
I asked them, I said, do you notice any different from
Right.
before I started meditation to after I've done meditation? They say no.
Right. Because their point of view doesn't change. Their parameters towards you are not changing. If they change the parameters towards you, then they will find the change. Right. So, all right. So extraordinary. Yeah. So then we are going to the next page. So the inner peace is sustainable. So when such an integration happens, there is a sustainable peace established within. Okay. So when this omniscient, omnipresent state happens through meditation. So it is like, so one thing I would like to, emphasize here is a deep meditative state is where you don't lose your consciousness. As Daji puts it, it's a 360-degree awareness. So your awareness has enhanced like multifold. Right now, what we are thinking, our awareness is all the thoughts, all the ranting happening in our brain. But when such a state, when the deep meditative state is reached, all that ranting stops. But there is a full awareness. I used to wear this the analog watch. I could hear the tick on my watch, on my wristwatch, when I'm going to deep meditation. So it's a full awareness rather than loss of awareness. You become aware of your surroundings, everything. So what I'm sharing here is a matter of experience, and you can witness it in your own journey in a very short period of time. Such are the result you get from working on your spiritual anatomy. You may be glad to know that the evidence of science and the wisdom of meditation point to the same truths. In her book, The Awakened Brain, Dr. Lisa Miller describes her cutting-edge research on the science of spirituality using MRI studies, genetic research, and epidemiology. About the benefits of working on one's spiritual core, she writes, we begin to live beyond pieces and parts of pieces and parts, model of identity, and splintered, fragmented view of who we are to one another, and to cultivate a way of being built on a core awareness of love, interconnection, and guidance, and surprise of life. This surprise of life, actually, there is a more discussion on this in the past happened. It's to feel the wonder, the awe. We kind of lost that feeling of wonder with so much, minds engaged with all the activities, especially cell phones. We lost that feeling of wonder. There were times, when in my childhood, when I go to church, every time you enter on Sunday, there is a feel of wonder. And then when I started meditation, every time we go to the Sunday meditation, we look forward to it. We were waiting all night. Oh, when the morning happens, we go to the Sunday meditation. You enter there is a feeling of awe from inside. There's nothing around you, nothing different around you. But we lost that wonder because our brains, we have engaged in so many ways, unnecessary ways. It's not necessary. If you see in the world, people spend more on the entertainment than the real needs. There is always a lot of spent, lot of time also given. Time is the most precious resource, is given to the entertainment. Whether it's TV, cell phones, playing games, or watching YouTube short videos all day. And nowadays, big disease, especially in India, our old parents, they're continuously, constantly on WhatsApp. People send 15 good morning messages in the same group, the same person. You ask why you sent 15 good morning messages. Oh, it's not the good morning. Read the quote in the good morning message. Unnecessary engagement in life. So because of that, we lost this wonder, surprise of life. So the journey from the limited idea of individual self to feeling universal connection we share with creation, to becoming one with the creation, is the journey of consciousness. So there is, when as we grow spiritually, whether we know it or not, we are making a universal impact. Because now my meditation is no longer a self-meditation. My cleaning is no longer a self-cleaning. So there is a, universal connection once we feel. See, if my head is aching, I take the Tylenol. because that head is connected with the self. Now imagine there is a problem in the world, anywhere in any country. What do? We pray. We try to correct it. Yes, Cliff? Cliff, you have a question?
Is there a difference, or is there a way, okay, I know how to clean myself, but is there a way of saying I want to clean the people around me? Just like we think about ourselves versus the nth dimension, going beyond ourself.
So what happens is, as my self is an expansion, we know that is what the expansion of consciousness we are talking about. As my expansion of consciousness is happening, no longer I'm limited by the self. I'm connected with all the surroundings. So even though I'm cleaning myself, all the surroundings getting cleaned.
But do I know that I'm doing that, or it just happens?
Just happens. It just happens. Even, in my universal prayer, I feel that connection to the entire existence. And then when I'm praying, there is an impact. When I'm cleaning, it's the same thing. When I'm meditating, it's the same thing. When I'm praying, it's the same thing. So that's why the meditation is not just for ourselves, because I'm not the self here. I'm an integral part of all existence. Okay. So that's why not only I'm fixing myself, but the entire existence, the more we practice. Okay. So I'll stop here. Madhu, are you still on drive, or you think you can conduct the meditation?
Yes, I can conduct the meditation.
Okay. Please. I'll stop sharing and I'll stop the recording.